Welcome to What If the Hokage Debrief Naruto, Part 3. First, I'm going to start off by explaining the Naruto's training regiment. As we all know, Naruto has a really large chakra pool, which means he can make hundreds of chakra clones for short periods of time, and dozens for much longer. But I'm limiting him to 10 because he's not a video game character that can grind their skills endlessly. He's a real fictional character. Hokage doesn't want him to burn out because all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So and besides, we know with meta knowledge that Naruto becoming a beast much early on in the story would make his life easier, but the Hokage thinks that he's got years before he runs into someone like Zabuza, so he's trying to let him be a child while he's still a child. Now, moving back to the story. Last time on the Naruto What If, with the help of Kakashi's guidance, Naruto pulled the biggest prank of his life. He faked chakra exhaustion and then staked out Gato's base of operations. When Zabuza and Haku left to go to the bridge, Naruto Zerg blitzed the base with shadow clones, defeating all his grunts and capturing Gato himself. Meanwhile, on the bridge, Team 7 used stalling tactics, and it was super effective. Sasuke was able to get free of Haku's ice mirror, and they were in a standoff. And Kakashi was able to, with Naruto's help, get his dogs to smell the faint wounds that he received during their little skirmish. He is being temporarily restrained whenever Naruto signals that his mission was a success. Gato has been apprehended, and Zabuza's contract is ended. Now, immediately afterwards, Kakashi decides to try to, as a favor to Naruto, offer a contract to Zabuza, because Naruto wants Zabuza safe because he cares about Haku. Not sure exactly why, they only met once, but Zabuza agrees because he still needs the money to fund his rebellion. And next to the vote from Verbron Jervix, I'm just going to call you Verb, that suggested Haku be a girl in this What If, which is not that hard of a thing to do considering that she's working with Zabuza in the shinobi underworld. So being a pretty girl is not the best thing to be. So pretending to be a boy a lot of the time get her out of a lot of bad situations. So now, you need to remember that Naruto's been spending a lot of time with Ruka and Konohamaru, so he's able to actually think about his crush on Sakura, realizing that it was just really a cry for attention the whole time, and that now that due to them training together for the water walking, they've actually got a mutual working relationship as somewhat friends, and realize that's really all he wanted from her. So he doesn't have a crush on her, but now if Turk looks at Haku, might have a crush on him. Now, Sasuke, on the other hand, is completely fuming by the situation. That Naruto almost single-handedly completed the mission. He saved Sasuke's life, how dare him. And now he's got a very confident and strong Kunoichi fawning over him, where Sasuke only ever gets fangirls. So he's not very happy. So now we're gonna do a quick move over to the Konoha village, where Hinata has been spending the last 2 weeks now, because I'm gonna say that the Land of Waves was a week to get there, a week for Zabuza's fight, another week to complete the bridge. And then they're going to have to escort Gato back to the village, because although all the grunts can be tried by Land of Waves, Gato is a very prominent businessman, so he's going to need the Hokage or the Daimyo to do a final verdict on him. So Hinata has been with Ebisu and Konohamaru for it's going to be a month in total. And he's going to, just like with Naruto, focus on the fundamentals. But Hinata's chakra control is already pretty good, and he's probably going to have her at least learn the tree climbing exercise, and he's probably going to have her learn the 5 E rank elemental ninjutsu, which I've just stolen from Pokemon moves. And I'm going to say that Hinata has a water affinity, just because it makes sense to me that the Gentle Fist is kind of like a river, stream. It's very fluid. And also that Ebisu is going to work on making sure that Hinata is not so over specialized like the Hyuga are when they are so focused on the general fish. So he's going to make sure she knows these ninjutsu and is able to use them. Be able to use, kunai and what's that word? Yeah, thrown weapons, maybe even senbons. Now, her interaction with Konohamaru is going to be even more helpful for Hinata because it's going to help her, interaction. She's going to be less shy because he's, a child to her, at least several years younger. And also, he idolizes Naruto, and so does she, so they're able to relate, and he's more than willing to tell her anything she wants to know. Unfortunately, we'll find out later that it's going to be a hard pill to swallow because Naruto is having other thoughts over in waves. Speaking of which, the bridge is going to be named the Great Naruto Bridge, just like in canon, because, like I said, he basically carried this mission, even though Kakashi was the only one that was capable of fighting Zabuza. They defeated Gato because of him. Zabuza is going to get paid for his time working for Gato, even though it's going to be technically for protecting Tazu for that last week. He's going to take that money to help do his rebellion to the land of the village hidden in the mist. Haku is going to go with him to help Zabuza achieve his goals. I'm not sure if it's just assassinating the Mizukage or if it actually has become the Mizukage. But Haku also promised Naruto that once that dream is achieved, she'll help him achieve his dream of becoming Hokage. She gives him a wink. When they finally do arrive back in the village, escorting Gato, the Hokage is very disappointed with Kakashi for letting this mission go on. They should have stopped it when they first ran into the Demon Brothers, but he is proud of Naruto and his accomplishment, saying that Team 7 had succeeded in 2 A-rank missions just by accomplishing this, and he suggests that they might consider doing the chunin museum that's going to be in a couple weeks. So, after dismissed by the Hokage, Naruto uses clones and just going himself to catch up with Iruka, Ebisu, and Konohamaru. And while he's visiting Ebisu and Konohamaru, he runs into Hinata, who, despite being better with her shyness, seeing the object of her affection causes her shadow clone to pop and her real original self to faint while she's training with Kiba and Shino. Now, Ebisu knows that the Konoha chunin exam usually includes the force of death, so he's going to focus on survival training, such as making fire, knowing poisonous animals in vegetation, what is edible, knowing how to use storage seals to bring food and water in, as well as some other seals that I'm going to make up because I really think that sealing jutsus or sealing techniques are just not used enough in the Naruto for how useful they really should be. You have a seal to absorb the campfire smoke so it doesn't give your position away, and just a general illusion genjutsu that hides a campsite and at least a certain perimeter from the outside world. So, we're going to have the tuning exam start. The first exam is the written, and everyone, it goes the same. Everyone sits down. Hinata is sitting next to Naruto, which she's gotten more comfortable with him. She's still, blushing, but she's able to talk to him at least a little bit. Now the exam starts, and they hand out the test, and Naruto can't answer the questions. He spent a lot of time with Iruka, so he's smarter, but these questions are, tuning are above level already. But Naruto is smart enough to know he's not smart enough to answer questions, so he realizes that isn't the issue. He figures out the information gathering aspect, and then tries to figure out a way to actually use his current skills to accomplish this, which his skills are not really information gathering, except if you count the Shadow Clone, but that's more of a infiltration issue, not whenever you're being observed. Of course, then he sees Tenten in her mirror contraption up in the ceiling, which is very visible, so he realizes that the proctors aren't doing that, being that strict with what they consider cheating. That comes with the idea. After about 30 minutes of the test, he exclaims, "I got an idea! I've got it!" He does the hand signal and does the transformation jutsu, drawing everyone's attention. Sakura looks back to see a pink-haired student sitting where Naruto was, and tells him, "Naruto, you idiot! Just looking at me is not going to make you smart enough or smarter. So just answer the questions you can." she turns around with a huff and gets back to her paper. Now the proctor, I think it's like Ipike Monor. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not good with the Japanese names, but the proctor of the first exam is internally chuckling because this was a first for him. He realized that Naruto used the transformation jutsu as a literal smokescreen to hide the substitution he did with Sakura. So the real Sakura is now sitting in his seat with his empty sheet of empty test paper, while the transformed Naruto is now taking Sakura's place, just waiting for the 10th question because Sakura had already finished her test. Now, I think it'd be funny to introduce that this is the time that Ino used her mind transfer on Naruto, but I don't know how the Yamanichi's techniques would deal with the Jinchuriki, so I'm just gonna kind of not worry about that right now, because we'll just say that she got into Naruto's body, looked at Sakura's answers, and brought it back to her teammate just like she did in canon. 10th question comes out, and Sakura is being offered, and Sakura is even more worried because now she thinks that Naruto is getting graded for her. So if he fails, she will be stuck as a game forever, and that's not going to look good for her with Sasuke. But eventually she bites down and, well, she follows through with it, takes the last question, and they all pass. Now we're going to end it for today, and we're going to start with the forced death in part 4.